Story 1. Recently, I went to a bar where a man was drinking and being entertaining while chatting with others who were ordering drinks. When it was my turn to order, he complimented my hair and remarked that I resembled a tall, decent-looking version of Harry Potter. He continued to praise my hair for a few minutes while I waited for my pint until the man behind me interjected, asking if he was trying to flirt with me. The man replied, "No, but if I were gay, I would." Story 2. Heard this quote: "When you are attractive, the world will let you know. But if you are not, you will have to figure it out yourself." Story 3. Put a picture of yourself online and caption it, "Oh my gosh, I'm so ugly." If you're actually unattractive, people will comment and say, "No, you are beautiful." If you're attractive, people will tell you to stop fishing for compliments. Story 4. After I lost 50 pounds, I noticed that people treated me differently. I didn't realize I was being treated differently until it became apparent. It disturbed me as I had never really cared about my interactions with strangers, and I discovered that I had to interact with people much more often. I wondered why this stranger cared about what I was doing with my day. Then I put it together. I looked good. I was just trying to avoid diabetes. Story 5. People are much nicer to you based on body weight. I am really short and was very petite at 4 feet 11 inches, weighing about 100 pounds. During the pandemic, I gained a significant amount of weight and have struggled to lose it. I was up to 165 pounds and am currently at 150. Due to genetics, I tend to carry weight in my stomach, breasts, and face. Since gaining weight, people act as if I do not even exist. When I was thin, I was often catcalled. Doors were held open for me. Random people would strike up friendly conversations, and I received many compliments. Nowadays, I experience none of that. Story 6. They stare at you frequently and begin to act in a shy, oddly hyper-enthusiastic manner. Additionally, their partners will look at you with hateful and gut-wrenching expressions. Even if you do not make eye contact with them, you can still sense the negative energy directed towards you, particularly from strangers. Story 7. As a straight man, I intentionally compliment other men when appropriate, since many guys go their whole lives without that kind of positive reinforcement. It isn't awkward because they don't get the impression that I am trying to flirt with them. A genuine, unsolicited compliment is likely the best and easiest way to make the world a better place daily. Story 8. When you first come on Reddit and expect everyone to praise every comment you make, you might only receive a couple of upvotes. You realize that perhaps every positive social interaction you had in real life was not due to your cleverness, but because of your attractiveness. Story 9. When children stare at you for a long time, it can feel awkward, especially if you dislike them. Story 10. The most effective measure is the baby test. If a baby sees you and smiles, expressing pleasure at your face, you are considered attractive. Story 11. People turn and look when you enter a room, and in a good way. People often tell you this. They are nicer to you and tend to perceive you as a better person overall, even if you haven't earned it. Story 12. Rubbernecking while you're out walking, people randomly doing you favors, getting free items when shopping, and literally doing your job while others approach you to discuss it. Story 13. People may follow you around, trying to gather the courage to talk to you. There are downsides to being attractive. Story 14. This one is tough, but if people make eye contact with you while talking, particularly looking deeply into your eyes, you can be sure they are interested in you. Story 15. My uncle used to joke about me needing a big stick to keep women away at school. Turns out I never had to do that. I'm a bit of a potato, but kudos to all you lovely people out there. Story 16. I experienced bullying during my upbringing. Many people in my later years have commented that it was due to jealousy because I am an attractive man, mainly from other men making these remarks. Story 17. I can see this going either way. Some people are extremely friendly and chatty, while others ignore you and pretend you are not there. It likely depends on who you are interacting with and how they socialize with others. However, it does not really answer the question asked. Story 18. If an attractive member of the opposite gender asks you out or shows signs of interest, it's a good indication. Most people generally wouldn't flirt with someone they thought wasn't in their league. For men, receiving likes on dating apps and having women message first is a positive sign. Men typically do not receive a lot of attention on these platforms, so it's notable if you do. Another important sign is if you find yourself attractive. Sometimes you need to be your own judge. Story 19. I am autistic and have ADHD. People find it endearing and unique, whereas they might otherwise perceive it as bothersome. Story 20. Getting what you want or receiving free items when you smile or show slight interest is common. People may want to take pictures with you or include you in photos even when you are not involved in the event. Your clothing attracts attention, and you receive compliments, even if the outfits are ordinary. Children may stare at you or feel embarrassed when they see you. Older individuals often go out of their way to be kind to you. You may experience a lack of eye contact from those who feel intimidated or excessive eye contact from those who are overly interested in you. People are generally receptive to your casual touches and tend to relax in your presence. Individuals often share their innermost thoughts with you, revealing personal information without being prompted. You easily capture attention when you speak, and people take your words seriously, even if what you say is not significant. You tend to get away with things and receive special treatment. When you do not receive the usual attention, you may feel frustrated, as some individuals may exhibit jealousy toward attractive people, resulting in opposite behavior. People may treat you with extra care, not because they think you are incapable, but because they wish to nurture you. Others often know your name, while you may not remember theirs. Some may say you are popular, even if you do little to earn that reputation. A few individuals may try to mimic your style or dress similarly to you. You can wear something unflattering, yet still receive compliments or comments about your outfit instead of merely being stared at. Some people may follow you in a harmless way and overcompensate when interacting with you to appear unique. You might face scrutiny for everything you do, as individuals seek to increase their interactions with you. People who initially seem to dislike you may come to like you over time, especially if you do not mirror their negative treatment. Story 21. This might seem a bit unusual, but I grew up loving comedy and being told I was very funny. Many of my favorite male comedians would make boastful jokes that were obviously self-deprecating. For example, an overweight and somewhat unattractive comedian might say he went to a club and then, with a smile, say, "And obviously none of the ladies could resist this," which would elicit a lot of laughter. I tried making those types of jokes with people, but I just received looks as if I was being rude. This was also around the time I started dating girls and eventually discovered that they found me quite attractive. So I suppose a positive reaction to those jokes might indicate a low level of attractiveness. Story 22. Physical touch is intriguing to me. It is surprising how many women would go out of their way to make physical contact when I was attractive. Now that I have gained weight, people no longer seem to notice me. Story 23. You receive opportunities such as jobs, second chances, responses from the front desk, access to drugs and sex, and preferential treatment in public situations easily and frequently, despite lacking a severe need for skills on your part. Story 24. As a woman, some women may attempt to bully you, ignore you, or find ways to undermine you. Meanwhile, men may seek your attention in various ways. I am not suggesting that all women behave this way, but many do. Story 25. When I lost weight, fixed my teeth, and started going to the gym, everything became much easier. People were nicer and more inclined to help. I have always been friendly, kind, and easygoing, even when I considered myself unattractive. Story 26. People tell you that you turn heads while walking in public. Others come up to you and start a conversation. People ask you out and compliment your beauty. They describe you as attractive and appealing. Individuals message you on social media, especially when your profile is public and you share pictures. You receive preferential treatment, such as having doors held open for you or getting things for free. Story 27. People who are known to be difficult may treat you differently. Many conversations revolve around, "Well, they have never been rude to me, so that is disappointing to hear." Story 28. If you are a woman, other women may be standoffish towards you for no apparent reason. They may also speak negatively about you behind your back without even knowing you. Story 29. I am a lesbian and I am quite tall, which seems to be appealing to other women. I have an easy time getting dates, and those dates tend to be more forgiving than they should be. Sometimes, when I am dating someone, I get the impression that they find me attractive but do not really care about my personality, which feels discouraging. I want someone to appreciate both my appearance and engage with my personality, as that is what I ultimately seek in a partner. As for my current girlfriend, I feel really good about her. It has only been a few weeks, but so far there are no red flags, and she is absolutely amazing. Wish me luck. Story 30. When you are attractive, everyone tells you. When you are unattractive, you have to figure that out for yourself. Dave Chappelle. Story 31. People will like and trust you inherently. I spent some time as an unconventional person, but eventually got myself together, worked on self-improvement, and became attractive. I can pinpoint the moment when people's attitudes about me shifted. Story 32. People often say things like, when others are exceptionally nice to you, but how would an attractive person know they were being treated exceptionally if that is the treatment they have received for most of their life? Story 33. A subtle sign is when you walk past people and they look or do a double take. A less subtle indication is when they simply tell you. Story 34. Congratulations to those who feel fortunate with their appearance. This thread felt quite disheartening. Story 35. A young child is telling you this. They typically do not lie because they have not been trained to lie or to withhold information. Story 36. Women will glance, then make an effort not to stare. I see that look in their eyes. I know what it means. He must know he's attractive, and I don't want to inflate his ego. It never happened when I was drinking and 80 pounds heavier with short hair. Story 37. I am not a model by any means, but I have noticed many compliments, free items, and people befriending you because of your appearance. Others purchase things simply because you own them, and there are many stares. Story 38. I am often told that I resemble either a young Jim Carrey or Bill Hader, but this feedback comes exclusively from women. When I asked a few female friends about it, they indicated that compliments like being compared to a celebrity are typically given only if the person is considered at least somewhat attractive. Story 39. Overhearing a comment spoken by someone in a foreign language that you understand, but they do not realize you understand. Story 40. People give you things and do nice little things for you. People approach you and want to talk to you. You get all the jobs you interview for, even if you're not highly qualified. Story 41. People are always offering you things, doing things for you, or buying things for you completely unprompted. When I was younger, I relied heavily on my looks without realizing it. I used to joke with friends that I could leave the house with no money and return home with a full stomach and random items. People seemed to just give or do things for me. Cashiers would offer me random discounts, saying, "I'll save you a little money, just don't tell anyone." Once, when my tire was low, instead of merely informing me, a man filled it and checked the pressure on my other tires. If I complimented someone on something small like a lighter or pen, they would sometimes give it to me, even insisting if I said no. I even received a promotion I didn't really deserve or seek. I used to think people were just exceptionally nice, or that I was often in the right place at the right time. While people can be kind, when it happens frequently, it is often because you are attractive. After having children, gaining weight, and dealing with severe adult acne, I no longer considered myself attractive. For many reasons, I also didn't care to put in the effort. That's when I realized I had been experiencing pretty privilege for most of my life. I recently started re-exploring fashion and makeup, rebuilding my style outside of being a mother, and I'm beginning to notice these little things again. It's honestly unsettling now. I liked being just a face in the crowd. Story 42. When I was 23, I went through the drive-thru at McDonald's. The woman working there told me that next time I needed to come inside. Then she gave me my food for free. I am 44 now, so those days are long gone. Story 43. You have a lack of male friends, and the few you have are either attractive or very secure. I had some friends I played basketball with for a long time but never hung out with outside of that. We all went out one weekend, And my friend's girlfriend and her friends found me attractive and commented on it throughout the night. A month later, I am no longer in the basketball group chat hosted by the guy who has the girlfriend. I had a good friend I played baseball with for years growing up. I moved to a new high school in my freshman year, and many girls, including his girlfriend, thought I was cute since I was the new guy. My friend suddenly acted like he hardly knew me, and he was the only person I knew, which was disappointing. But in the end, I made better, more secure friends. Story 44. You get hit on, stared at, listened to, and touched frequently. It's not just about physical appearance. I consider myself a 6 with the confidence of a 10, and my energy attracts people. Story 45. People will tell you that with age, the number of people offering compliments decreases. Thank goodness for my loving husband. He tells me I am attractive when others stop. Story 46. When the receptionist at your dentist's office texts you to confirm your appointment and then follows it with a, "What are you doing?" type text. When women quickly glance down, flustered, then look up and stare you in the eye while searching for something to say. When you're polite to the cashier at Target and a 32-year-old mom in line behind you gives you a hug. Story 47. When they make my life easier for me. At work, men rush to the elevator and select my designated floor before they press their own floor number. Whenever they greet me, they address me by name even though I don't know their names. Girls often assume I am either aloof or arrogant before they get to know me, even though I don't give that impression. When they do get to know me, they are surprised that I am nice. I have received offers from every job interview I've attended. Girls have shown interest in me even when I was with my partner. I remember walking into stores and the employees would just give me things for free even if I don't ask. To be honest, I think my face is average, but the only thing I have going for me is my body, and I believe that is why I get the attention I do. Story 48. What if people are just nice to me because I am nice to them? I always have pleasant experiences with strangers wherever I go, but it could just be because I am nice, cheerful, and keep a smile on my face. Story 49. A clear sign that you are an attractive woman is that you will often have to deal with unkind female coworkers in the workplace. Story 50. Reading these comments, I honestly have no idea if I'm attractive or not. I've been told I'm ugly multiple times. I don't seem to receive any preferential treatment or benefits that I've heard attractive people get. And I've been treated like I'm creepy when minding my own business. On the other hand, I've been approached in public for my number by both men and women. I've had women competing for my attention, and there were women trying to get me to sleep with them when I was married. I feel like a dog driving a car. I have no idea what I'm doing right when things are working. Story 51. Women may be interested in you. However, pursuing a romantic interest in the workplace can lead to serious consequences. Story 52. I once had a conversation about romance with one of my lesbian friends. I mentioned how hard it was to determine if I was actually attractive. She replied that if she were straight, she would definitely consider me. That comment boosted my self-esteem and shocked me into caring more about my appearance and confidence. If I could make a lesbian reconsider, then I could surely attract a straight woman as well. Story 53. I have been told this unprompted. The biggest sign, if you are self-aware enough to notice it and not as susceptible to survivor bias, is that you receive more opportunities and have a greater ability to fail and learn, hopefully, when it comes to dating and similar experiences. Story 54. I went from being able to glide through opportunities to having none. I also went from being called attractive to now receiving praise for my sense of humor. Story 55. The ease with which you can convince someone of something is directly related to attractiveness. Beautiful equals believable. Story 56. I remember some compliments that I received years ago, maybe even 90% of them. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt compliment. I consider myself a decent-looking guy, and yes, I have been told that by many people throughout my life, some of whom I didn't even know. A few straight guys have even said, "No romantic interest, but you're a good-looking dude." I find it funny when people say that, but on 3 separate occasions, guys have said it. I still have trouble believing it wholeheartedly, though. One of the best compliments I have ever received was from a girlfriend of mine, who now is an ex. She was looking at me in a funny way, And when I asked, "What?" expecting a joke or insult, she replied, "You are just so good looking. I will never forget it." It made me tear up because of the love and sincerity with which she said it. I am incredibly grateful for this characteristic I possess, but it means nothing if I am overly confident, rude, or mean. I can easily see how some people could get carried away or let compliments define who they are. So every single day I remind myself to be humble and grateful. I even feel super awkward writing this, as if I am bragging, but I saw it as a rare opportunity to get this off my chest. I appreciate you sharing your curiosity. Story 57. When you have random interactions with strangers, they are often pleasant exchanges with eye contact and smiles. Attractive individuals usually perceive this interaction as normal, while less attractive individuals may experience slightly less positive exchanges, as strangers tend to smile a little less during these brief interactions. Additionally, if you joke lightly with friends about being unattractive and they respond positively or roll their eyes and groan, you are likely attractive. If they stop you to assure you that you are actually really attractive, this response is more common among girls, or redirect the comment to something supportive like, "But you're really funny." It may indicate that you are an ugly duckling, though at least your friends appreciate you. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.